Harvard researcher Todd Rose is working to change how we think about success. He co-wrote the new book, Dark Horse: Achieving Success Through the Pursuit of Fulfillment. It tracks the unlikely paths of individuals who triumph against the odds. They include Jenny McCormick, who became a respected astronomer without a college degree, and sound engineer Susan Rogers, who recorded with Prince before becoming a college professor. The book highlights their stories to, quote, help you become the best version of yourself. Todd, good morning.
Good morning.
What's wrong with the way we think about success?
Well, I think that for most of us, when we think about success, it's pretty narrow. And we end up thinking about things like wealth, status, power. And we sort of think that you have to choose between that and being happy. And dark horses show us that you actually don't have to choose.
And what do you have to do if you're a dark horse? What's at the center of your life?
The secret is prioritizing personal fulfillment over more conventional notions of success.
If that's the case, and I'm just coming up in the world, what's the difference between prioritizing personal fulfillment and just being flaky?
We found in our research, it's about taking personal responsibility for your choices, right? So all the men and women we studied, they never shirked responsibility. They always were willing to sacrifice for fulfillment. And I think as a parent, I often think about this for my own kids, asking that question. You know, if they want to be an actor and they're living in Hollywood with 7 roommates and you know, working 2 jobs, that's responsibility, right? Yeah. They want me to fund their lifestyle.
But you're thinking, okay, maybe this isn't going to work out for you, this Hollywood dream. But I like what you said in your book. These dark horses are ignored until they get success, and then they're called inspiring.
Right.
And you were a dark horse. You were 20. You dropped out of college. You didn't, and then you had 2 kids by the age of 20. And the people were looking at you going, I don't know about Todd.
Yeah, no, I was pretty lost at that point.
Yeah.
We relied on welfare to take care of my 2 kids. It was actually my dad who gave me this piece of advice that changed everything. He said, if I wanted something better, I had to figure out what really motivated me, and I had to stay close to that. And that advice changed my path completely. It led me to get a GED, go to college, and eventually end up at Harvard, where I get to study what makes people tick.
And you write about the game of judgment that helps people find their true motivations. What is that?
You know, it's just a simple way to figure out, you know, what motivates you. And let me give you the short version here. Think about the things that you enjoy doing and ask yourself why, right? So if you enjoy football, is it the competition? Is it being outdoors? Is it the camaraderie that comes with team sports? The more you think about those things, the more you know what really moves you. And if you ask yourself that question often enough, it will reveal your broader motives, and that will put you on a path to fulfillment.
And you say no such thing as one-size-fits-all fulfillment, which I thought was an interesting concept.
Yeah, no, look, we've tried that, right? Everybody's different. And as soon as we start appreciating that, we can build systems that allow everyone to be successful and happy.
Speaking of building those systems, how do you do this in a scale way other than just person by person?
You know what? I think 20 years ago, it would have been really hard to do. Now, if you take something like education, we absolutely can personalize it, right? We can take our kids' individuality seriously. Which I find sort of odd is that we've figured out how to personalize almost all other aspects of our life, but when it comes to our kids' education, we're shockingly sort of okay with the status quo, but we shouldn't be.
And so how can parents encourage their kids and let them live their full potential without giving them what they need and the life lessons that they need?
Look, I think it comes down to one really important thing, especially when they're young, which is they need to figure out what really matters to them and what motivates them, and we can help them by asking. But you think about it as parents, we actually don't ask our kids that very often. We spend a lot of time telling them what should matter and very little time helping them figure it out for themselves.
Yeah, you said people always think you have to choose the behavior between what you like or what you must do. And you're saying you should really focus on what you like.
Yeah, and if you prioritize
It sounds good, but when you're trying to support yourself and make a living and survive, sometimes you can't do what you like to do.
You know, and I think that actually this dark horse mindset, I believe, matters even more for people who don't have a safety net, right? The people who have to hit a home run on every choice they make because there's no room for error, right? Because I think knowing who you are, knowing what really motivates you, and knowing how to make choices off of that can make all the difference in the world.
Well, it's not just a popular Katy Perry song now, it's a must-read book as well. Dark Horse, great to have you here.
Did you know that was a Katy Perry song?
I did.
I was about to worry for you.
Now you do, Todd. Todd Rose, thank you so much. And Dark Horse is on sale now.